Welcome into the Raiders Sports Network pregame shows. We see the Highlands Ranch Falcons take the field here. A battle of winless teams thus far, 0-1 versus 0-1, as the Raiders visit the Falcons here at Shea Stadium. I'm Hudson Ridley. Alongside me today will be Cam Buehler as we get ready for today's action. Highlands Ranch, we'll start with them coming off a loss to Fruscia Monument last game. Bit of a tough loss for them considering the quality of opponent. So we should have to see how they bounce back here. A little bit of an unfortunate start, losing 42-17. The Raiders didn't bid too well in their last game, though, getting taken down by Valor, a score of 24-6 at home. We're about to get started here in just a moment as we see the captains take the field for the coin flip. Cam, what are you looking for today from Highlands Ranch's offense?
I mean, their offense so far has been a big passing team, something that Regis hasn't faced this season, as Valor was a big running team. Really just getting that ball thrown. It's probably going to be more of that short passes rather than those long, riskier ones. Regis here on the defensive side does have to kind of change their game a little bit to that more passing section.
Yeah, that's right. The passing offense did struggle last time, but the passing defense, especially against Valor, did have a pretty good outing. We're preparing for the coin flip here in the national anthem. We will be back with you in just a moment on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler. We will see you in just a moment. So after that national anthem from the Highlands Ranch Band, we're about to begin. Raiders, the visitors here, their first time on the road this season, looking to make it a good one. In the Raiders' previous matchups with the Falcons, they've taken nearly all of them. It really has been a lopsided meeting of these two teams, and of course, on the Raider Sports Network, we hope for more of the same. You can't promise any wins, of course. Both teams are winless, but this is one that they'd really like to win as we see them huddle up in the corner here, preparing for kickoff. Less than a minute remaining before the teams are to take the field. Cam, what did you see last time out of Regis Jesuit's defense that really impressed you?
How just potent he is on the line. Being able to kind of keep him to basically, 200 yards almost?
Yeah, something like that, which doesn't sound like
very
good.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a much,
it
but
really is.
It really is. So that D-line has a lot of strength, and pass rushing especially is going to be very good here as, as we said before, Highlands Ranch is a big passing team. The other thing is those corners. I believe Josh Harvey.
Yes, Harvey Island.
Yeah, he had a shutdown game. 0 passes came to him. Every time that was thrown to him, the receiver couldn't get it. So I think it's just going to be a big kind of defensive game. Making those big plays when it's necessary. Mm-hmm. But that's going to be it.
Yeah, like you mentioned, excuse me. A little bit more of a defensive battle. 2 offenses that haven't been the best through their first games meeting up. And Raiders' defense was good last time. Highlands Ranch defense looking to improve as we get prepared for the kickoff here.
Talking about Highlands Ranch, more defense, they do have a good amount of solo tackles under their belt. A few players with around maybe 8 from last game, which is a pretty high number for solo tackles, so we can see if they can keep that up here. Yeah,
that's for sure. A little bit of a spin zone here, though. Potentially, those tackles could just be because their defense was on the field a lot based on that score, 42-17. As we see the kickoff here, fielded by the Falcons, heading down the right sideline and out of bounds. After crossing the 25, out around the 29 is where they'll begin their first drive. Highlands Ranch offense coming out onto the field now.
That QB out there, number 10, I believe, should be starting by chance. He's got a very good arm. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be tough to watch him and see what he does. But, just looking at Regis's D-line, it is very impressive what they can do. So
yeah, especially up the middle. Jaden Franklin, absolute massive human, able to stop the run. And then Metzger and Tuatelli off the ends, able to get a lot of pressure. We saw Metzger get good sack last game. Looks like it'll be Chambers out there looking right, throwing right sideline, caught, and immediately wrapped up there. Taking a couple to bring him down, but it'll only be a gain of about 2 or 3 to start the game. 1 for 1, though, a pretty good start, you could say, for Chambers, who I wouldn't say he struggled last week, completed 50% of his passes as that one went outside for Arroyo. Completed about 50% of his passes, but, still struggled a little bit based on the stats.
That was a very good read there, too, just kind of watching that little pass to the outside.
Yeah, almost looked like a little designed bubble screen there. Is out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolling right, finds Arroyo again, but a nice tackle there. He's wrapped up by Dallas Macias. An absolute perfect game from Macias last week. Racked up a lot of tackles. He was good in pass coverage. He was good off the line. He got in there on design safety blitzes. He had a fantastic game. Almost makes you think maybe he would be a football commit. Nope. Baseball commit, as we've mentioned, to Oregon State. Third down here. Looking left, pass caught, but short of the line to gain, as that'll bring up a 4th down. Good stop there from the Raiders.
Chambers pass complete to Arroyo.
So that was to Arroyo again. So 3 completions to Arroyo on that drive, who had 3 catches for, about 4 yards there. Not the most efficient, 4 or 5 yards, something like that. So we'll bring up 4th and 5, and the punt team will come out onto the field. 2 back deep to return, just in case it doesn't go far enough. Farthest back is Macias there. Low snap, punt is off, headed towards the left sideline, and out of bounds. Great punt. Way to flip field position there for the Falcons, and the Raiders offense will jog out onto the field.
And coming off the last game, this offense kind of has something to prove out here for Regis. They just didn't play as well as they possibly could. So we really need to see something great out here tonight.
Yeah, you're right. We really do. And, they only got held to 6 points. The 6 points coming off of a touchdown in the corner caught by Luke Ford. It was a well-executed play on the fade as we see quarterback Carroll jog out on there and onto the field, And we've seen this storyline, and we will see the storyline, all year long. Both Carrolls in the backfield, younger brother Xander, older brother Xavier. Xavier the running back, Xander the quarterback here. the junior, struggled in his last week. Let's see what he can put together this week. Out of the shotgun, man in motion here. Looking left side, has Ekuban. Nice catch there, has a hole. Able to slip through a tackler and pick up a first down there, and the Raiders are already on the move after a nice gain of about 12.
That movement there by just the receiver, great movement, just trying to keep up and going, getting that first down in the first play.
Yeah, as we saw, he did break a tackle, and he came back inside on that motion. Good blocking. His blocking held up, able to slip through a tackler and pick up the first down. Raiders going to need a lot more of that because we didn't see much of that last week. A designed short pass there. Carroll out of the shotgun. Hand off to Carroll, makes a nice cut, but he's blown up in the backfield, stays on his feet, going to the sideline, trying to get back to the line to gain stiff arm. And that was a hard-fought 1 yard, about as hard as you'll ever see. Xavier Carroll, nice play there.
Yeah, props is staying up. That's got to be one of the hardest things as a running back is just keeping yourself on your feet. You're strong, you're fast, but when somebody just collides with you, keeping up and going is probably the most important part of it.
Yeah, exactly. And, that stiff arm that he had to just get back, not only to the line of gain, but to pick up one. They're going to call it 2 yards. Fantastic play by Carroll. His blocking didn't really hold up, but able to get through. Carroll now, out of the shotgun. 3 receivers split out wide. Man in motion, there's Metzger. Snap, looking left side, has a completion. Makes a nice cut. Good play there by number 11 for the Raiders, Hayden Moore. And that'll move the sticks. Carroll right now 2 for 2. A good start to a passing outing here. We haven't seen him take off yet. Only 3 plays, but very dangerous with his legs. Remnant of a little bit of a Lamar Jackson where it's the scrambler style of quarterback, but even more of that, not just a scrambler, but someone who has designed plays for him. Like you can talk about scramblers in the NFL like Russell Wilson. He doesn't have designed plays for him, but people like Lamar Jackson would. That's why I'd compare him to Lamar Jackson. He's got a lot of design plays and options for him as he goes through his progressions, finds a man under the middle. That's Barnes. Picks up a good block, and after a gain of about 9, is tackled down, stays inbounds there, and the clock will keep running. In the first quarter, our score is still 0-0. If you're joining us here on the Raider Sports Network, I'm Hudson Ridley. Joining me today is Cam Buehler. I guess we're obligated to say, though, we need to say, not even obligated, I don't feel obligated to say it. We hope Manis, our producer, gets better, has a little sickness this morning. So we have photographer Audrey Harmon filling in for us. She also did a little color commentary on the last game, if you remember her. Here's Carroll out of the shotgun. Man in motion is Macias. Hand off to Carroll. And he's just stopped there at the line, which will bring up a 3rd down, maybe picked up 1. They're not going to say he did. Looks like it'll be a 3rd and short here. So passing game working thus far, but the running game not so much. Quite unusual for the Raiders based on what we saw in the first game.
I mean, I got to say that D-line on Highlands Ranch's side is very good right now, just keeping themselves separated from the O-line, which is probably the biggest part of it. And another thing is Alexander, he's out there. He is a little bit smaller, but also just his speed is terrifying.
And Carroll's got a lane. There he goes up the middle. And yes, you're right. His speed is terrifying, and so is the speed of his older brother, who finds a lane there. And maybe a good jinx there on the run game after we said the run game not really working through the first couple. Finds a big hole, and the Raiders now into the red zone for the first time in today's game on the first drive. Some impressive production.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders just this whole drive have been doing almost everything very well. Pass game has been on point. Run game has been on point.
Carroll looking left, dump off Metzger. Runs through a man and able to pick up the first down there. Raiders rolling another first down. And now it'll be a 1st and goal. Andrew Metzger, not only a tight end, but also a defensive lineman. We saw him get a huge sack last week against Valor on 4th down to force that turnover on downs in that game. Didn't translate to the scoreboard, but still a great play nonetheless.
I mean, here for Regis, it's a very big decision between pass and run. Pass game has been so good right now.
They're going to go with the run up the middle as Medina getting to the one about, but not going to get into the end zone. He's going to bring up a 2nd and goal, but some hard-fought yards there from Medina.
Yeah, that's going to close it out. They're probably not going to pass, very unlikely. They're bringing in what looks like 2 tight ends, so...
Yeah, a heavier set here. And their power back and starting running back, Carroll. Built a little bit like a bowling ball, not the tallest guy in the world, but a low center of gravity and a lot of muscle on him, able to run through a lot of tacklers. As, yes, we see a 2 tight end set in here with Tuatelli and Metzger as are those tight ends. Man in motion. Missed the snap. Carroll picks it up, and a walk-in touchdown on a misexecuted play. Carroll, way to turn that play into points, and the Raiders are on the board. 6-0. Good start there by Carroll. What did you see on that play, Cam, that really made it work after the botched snap?
I mean, it's just Xander's kind of know of the game and feel of the game. I mean, he's been playing it for a long time. Just being able to pick up that ball and just see that open field that's right in front of him that he can make work because of just his speed and also his strength. I mean, he may be not the tallest dude, but he is strong and fast, and that is dangerous as a QB.
Exactly, yeah. Strong and fast, very dangerous as a QB, and has a little bit of shift to him. Some sneaky ankle breakers in there. Hold by Macias, gets it down. Kick by Murphy is up and good, and onto the street out there as that one rolls onto what's this street? Is this Highlands Ranch Parkway?
Possibly.
I live around the area, and I still do not know. I believe that's Highlands Ranch Parkway. Anyway, did not hit a car, thankfully. But if the Raiders keep going the way they're going in this first half, I can't guarantee you that it won't at some point. 7-0, good points on their first drive. Cam, what did you see really on that first drive that really aided them to success?
I mean, honestly, it was the lack of defense on those pass plays. Almost every single time the receiver or tight end was just wide open and had another, 5 to 10 yards to gain from it. And that's got to be the biggest thing you got to control out there on defense, especially with how good they're passing right now. They're going to keep it up. They're going to keep passing, and it's just going to run over Highlands Ranch. Yeah,
I think especially when you look at, lack of defense, definitely think it's a good scheme. When we saw towards midfield, Hayden Moore catch on that curl route there, DB was way off of him, just a little miscommunication there. So Raiders doing a good job of exploiting this defense thus far. As kick down to the 10, fielded by the Falcons, going down right side. Good tackle made there as he passes the 20 out to the 21, 22. Around there, that's where the Falcons will begin their second drive, trailing 7-0.
Just out there, that was a really good just kick, and then able for Regis just to get down there as quick as they did. I think that was number 23, possibly Mason Simonson.
Yeah, I think that was Mason Simonson. I actually saw his mom last night. Ran into his mom at Topgolf. Had a good conversation with her. Nice to see Miss Simonson outside of school. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, but he's just an athlete and a half. I mean, that man is dangerous on the field.
Yeah, he really is, and one of the best athletes I've personally ever seen. So good form there on that tackle. Way to get downfield. Looking left. Oh, almost finding a man, but through his hands. Ball placement was good. He was going to be wrapped up anyway for a gain of about 6, but it's going to be a gain of about 0 yards after that drop.
And I think the big thing is just seeing how many hats Regis has around the ball, 24/7. I mean, about 6 people were there, and that's almost half of Regis's team, which is huge. A solo tackle is nice, but a team tackle is going to be 100% successful.
Oh, yeah, rallying to that ball, very, very important. Looking to the sideline for instructions here. Chambers, the junior, had some good passing stats last week, but like we mentioned, didn't translate to the scoreboard. Handoff running right side. Tuatelli breaks through the line and a tackle for loss as Metzger and Tuatelli rally to the ball there with a little bit of help from the linebacker spot.
I mean, it's just that speed and that strength both of those guys have, Tuatelli and Metzger. They're just huge, kind of just men almost on this field here. And they're just plowing through this offensive line.
Yeah, and it was a nice shed there by Tuatelli, who's known more for his pass rushing and not his run stopping, but he showed his ability. There's a corner blitz. He's going to get home. That was number 23 for the Raiders getting in there. Mason Simonson, and as we mentioned, a tremendous athlete. No one picked him up on the blitz, able to get in there really quick and force the Falcons way far back. 4th and 24 now, and the punt team is going to come on again. We saw a good directional punt from the punter last time, but, there's not much room to pin him here as he's going to punt from his own end zone. Maybe the Raiders can get off the edge really quickly here, like they did last time on the last play. Mason Simonson, he's out there right now in the kick team. Unable to get a hand on the punt, though. That's another really good punt, heading towards the sideline and out at around the 50-yard line. This Highlands Ranch team hasn't been the best on offense or on defense, but boy, their punter, that's their all-star right there. Woo! 2 good punts, still not as good as the Valor punter we saw last week. If any of you guys regularly watch the broadcast, you know how impressed I am with good punting. And, that was some good punting right there. Raiders now, though, have the ball in the Falcons' territory here. On about the 47-yard line, yep.
And just the size difference between the teams. I mean, it's kind of obvious just looking at it. Highlands Ranch is just very small almost compared to Regis.
Yeah, not just height, but weight-wise, as we see a speed option here, and it's fumbled there. Ball on the ground, and the Falcons are going to fall on it there. A little off there on the pitch. Goes off the hands of Carroll, and the Falcons going to get the ball back.
I mean, that was just a good play by the D-end there, actually just keeping with the QB. The biggest mistake you can make as a D-end is going for that running back and having the QB just sneak right by you.
Yeah.
And then also just causing that kind of missed pass that the QB took right there, caused that fumble. Indirectly, that D-end kind of controlled that play there.
Yeah, and like you said, the D-end made a good play. He stuck with the quarterback, and especially if you have a quarterback like Carroll, I'm sure they've been doing their film study. Carroll, a very, very good rushing quarterback. So, you really need to stick with him. That was a little bit of a stumble on words there. Looking to the right side is Chambers. Pressure in from Padgett on the sideline. He's got a man all the way deep down.
That was the arm I was talking about. I mean, he was surrounded by red hats there and was able to get off a beautiful pass there to basically, I think the pass was a lot more impressive than the catch.
Yeah, he put that right in the breadbasket. Receiver didn't have to do a whole lot of work, and it was still good coverage, but, there's not a whole lot you can do when the pass is on the mark like that. And all of a sudden, the Falcons approaching the red zone here. Oh, snap is fumbled there, and on the ground looks like it was recovered by the Falcons. Tuatelli was in there to try to recover it. Same with Franklin, but neither of them are going to come up with the ball here as it's 2nd down and a little longer now. Falcons, though, are in field goal range, looking to put some points on the board.
And it's just those little mistakes that both of these teams have just made recently that you got to fix. I mean, a fumble on a snap and a fumble on a little kind of dish pass shouldn't be happening at this level of play.
Yeah, exactly. Looking left side, nearly intercepted there. Harvey's going to get credit with the pass break up there. Nearly intercepted, though. Just a bad read there by Chambers. Didn't really have anyone open, though. Maybe a little bit under the middle, but, good coverage there by the Raiders. Bad read there by Chambers, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Probably going to look to the passing game on this one, as they've done all game and all of last game, so all season, technically, as we're 2 games in now, or I guess 1 and a fourth games in. It's really what they've been leaning on is that pass game. Chambers now in the shotgun. Takes the snap, designed rollout left. Tuatelli is there, and he brings him down. No, he doesn't. He gets the pass off. Still not going to be anything, as that's intentional grounding likely there. No receiver in the area.
And, man, just Tuatelli's speed on that, just getting to the QB almost instantly. There was nothing he could do there. He had to basically dish it out or take it almost 20 yards back.
Yeah, not only does that knock them out of field goal range, but it was nearly a sack there for Tuatelli. Yep, they're going to call that intentional grounding. It'll be a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll be a 4th down and about 1 million, I'd say.
That does really suck for Highlands Ranch. They had a good drive going, and then just at the end there, just kind of all collapsed and at the same time with that fumble. And then Tuatelli just getting past that man almost instantly. Yeah,
we've seen Tuatelli blow up 3 plays in a row on this drive. Just incredible work by him, the Cal commit, looking to add another star to his rating there as the punt gets off. It's another good punt from their MVP punter, but unable to down it there, so they'll go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback where the Raiders will start their next drive. Now, Cam, on the Raiders' last drive, we saw them commit a turnover. What do you think could change about this drive that, a little bit execution? Would that be it, like tighter execution? Do you think that would help?
Yeah, I think running that play again would be very risky just coming off of that loss there. It's probably going to be a lot more passing here. These next couple of plays is what I'm expecting. Maybe a few runs in between, but just big passing here. And
I fully agree with you. We didn't really see that speed option work in the last game, and they're trying it again here. So maybe a little bit of a switch up is in order. As a man in motion looking left side, has Ekubon again. Makes a nice cut up the field. Was that Ekubon or was that Taylor? Number 1 or number 3? A little bit tough to tell. Oh, that was Taylor. My apologies. Probably. Their pads are a little different, so I can probably try to tell. He hasn't turned around. There we go. That was Dervin Taylor III there, DT3.
And I want to comment on that block by number 10.
Yeah.
Just a huge, being able to get that first down for the team. Nobody really talks about it, but blocking as a wide receiver is possibly one of the most important parts of the game.
Yeah, Luke Ford, second receiver from the bottom here. About 6'5", absolutely massive guy. Carroll keeps the snap there, tries to spin out of it. And he's going to be stopped after a gain of a few on first down. But yeah, our apologies to Taylor on the last play. It's a little tough to tell number 1 or number 3. When we're all the way up here in the press box, I have the same view as you. Actually, you're a little zoomed in. So you have even a better view of the numbers on the field, possibly, than I do. Maybe if you zoom in a little on whatever device you're watching this on, or if you're watching this on TV, I guess you can't really zoom in, but maybe you can get an even better view. Our apologies, though, as that first down a while ago was picked up by Dervin Taylor. Out of the shotgun here is Carroll. Snap a little high, handoff here to Carroll, but he's wrapped up after a gain of only 1, and that'll bring up third down and medium here. A tough dilemma here for the Raiders.
Yeah, expecting the pass play here, just a couple of last runs just haven't been big enough to make any sort of difference, but these pass plays that Regis has been putting out have been huge.
Yeah, I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think Regis is 100% on passing today as the crowd gets hyped for the third down. Their passing attack wasn't great last game, but it has been really, really effective today, so maybe they go back to that. Shotgun snap, they're going to pass, looking left side, caught by Barnes, nearly breaks the tackle, staying on his feet, and it's going to take 2 men to rally him down out of bounds, but not before picking up the first down by about 4 yards there.
Yeah, that speed from DeAndre Barnes is just huge. You can't really cover him that well just because he's so fast. You don't know what he's going to do. He can break away from you in a split second.
Yeah, like we said in the last broadcast, I forgot to check. I think he runs is it a 10.69 100-yard dash?
Something insane.
Yeah, an absolute ridiculous number. I know based on what it was, I think he would have medaled in the women's 100 at the Olympics this year. Based on that, that's really all you need to know. He has insane speed, ridiculous speed, and they're going to look to take advantage of that on little drag routes like that, or not like that. There was a little curl there, but last week they tried to take advantage of it on drag routes. Wasn't really happening, but this week you could look to mix some of those in because, this isn't as strong of a defense as Valor.
No, the defense is very lacking this game. I mean, they're just kind of leaving all the wide receivers wide open. The DBs they need to stick off of them just because Regis's wide receivers have so much speed on them, but they need to be able to fastly react to that ball getting thrown, and they're just not doing that. They're allowing the receiver to get the ball without any kind of trouble at all.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, we talked with the Highlands Ranch AD before the game, athletic director, and, he walked by and he said, say something nice about the team. We haven't done that yet. Have they warranted it with their play on the field? No. But I will say, their student section, their band, and their helmets, kind of nice. There we go. There's my compliment for today. Their helmets, pretty shiny. Raiders now. Out of the shotgun, man in motion is Taylor. Designed rollout to the right. He's got Taylor downfield. Decides not to go to him to a telly, but pass broken up there.
Yeah, going to Tuatelli there was probably the safer option just because he is so good at what he does. But I believe the Taylor pass, if it was thrown to him, the execution would have been great.
Yeah, if he could execute on that Taylor pass down the field, that would have been great. But at the same time, like you said, safer option. Take the yards he can have there. I'm thinking too big. As we have holding on the offense there. It'll be another penalty, or the first penalty, on the Raiders for the day. That'll make it first and 20.
The holding is just the biggest thing as an O-lineman. That's the worst possible thing you can do. It is very hard not to do it just because it's so rough in the trenches down there.
Yeah.
But it just sets your team so far back that it's just not worth the risk.
Exactly. Carroll out of the shotgun here, has Medina to his left, fakes the handoff, looking left side, pass a little low, caught. Good move there by Macias, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle. It's going to take a couple to take him down as he gains around 5 yards there, 5 or 6 yards. Clock keeps running here as we're under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Raiders up 7-0 here. Defense for the Raiders has looked pretty good, and so is the offense. But, as a fan, based on, what they were doing earlier in the game, and we saw those passes work, and even right there we've been seeing them work. They're working in the run game a lot, but the pass game is really been open. Like you said, the DBs aren't turning around to the ball, so, if they're not doing that, maybe want to take advantage of it a little more, as they're going to go 2 passes in a row and just outside of the reach of Hayden Moore, but a good call there.
And, just looking at the DBs, they're backed up about 10 yards off of those receivers, just trying to let them make their moves and just kind of open themselves up for the DBs to get into them, which could turn very good for Highlands Ranch very quickly if they actually execute on it, but they're just not doing that at the moment.
Yeah, and, each play, basically, we've seen Highlands Ranch have a little bit of a deep zone, and they're not recognizing that these Raiders passes are going underneath, so they're tackling them before the sticks, but there's only so many times that you can do that. Shotgun snap to Carroll, looking over the middle, pressure coming in, winds up, throws one deep and lobbed up off of the hands of a Highlands Ranch defender, throwing towards Ecubon, and that'll bring up 4th down here.
That was good, very, very good Highlands Ranch defense. They kept no receivers open at all.
So, high snap there. Gets the punt off. Oh, Brooks. Woo! Brooks Garrett, great punt. Going to let it bounce and roll, and there we go. Down inside the 10. Brooks Garrett, the pitcher commit to Colorado School of Mines. Great punt there. We saw him struggle a little bit last week on his punts. Absolute booming kick there.
Yeah, I think just kind of that first game, just having those jitters and that punt, he was just scared in the moment. Valor's defense did kind of go through our punt offense. So having him go back to what he can do is just very good for the team. And just setting up a play like this could mean a safety for Regis very easily.
Yeah, it could be a safety, especially because we've seen the amount of pressure that they've been able to get all game. So, if Franklin up the middle with that run-stopping power, if you can get Tuatelli and Metzger off those ends and into where the quarterback is, we haven't seen them run it much. So, if they're able to push that O-line back, they're in really good position, like you mentioned, for a safety after a good field position flip there from Garrick. They're in heavy run formation here, though. Oh, and potentially a false start here on the Falcons. Could be on their running back. Yep. Oh, yep, I saw it. You know what? I'm not the best at diagnosing penalties before they happen, but I got to say I'm pretty proud of myself on that one. That was pretty good. And now they're going to be backed up even more. If the Raider front can get a good push here, might be over.
Yeah, it looks like Highlands Ranch is going to have to pass here no matter what. If they run it, they're risking way too much for just very little.
Uh-huh. They only have one receiver out wide now, guarded by Harvey. There's a chance that and he's doing it again. Ooh, if I diagnose this one, that'd be crazy. Another false start. Looks like it was on the running back. Ooh. Oh, I'm on fire. Another false start. Now, that kind of discipline is really going to kill your team here. You're already now they're on the inch line, I believe, maybe 1 yard line. They got about 99 yards to go against the best defense they faced all season. And the last defense that they faced, they got blown out by. So, really tough look here for the Falcons. We'll see what they can do here.
They brought out the wide receivers here, which was I was expecting at first. Just going to be a pass play, a quick one too.
Looking left, it was a good design there. Able to complete it. Pass was a little low, but a nice catch as the Raiders DBs were playing a little off there.
I think that was Josh Harvey with the tackle there, I believe.
Yep. And that'll bring the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with you for the second quarter of action on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler, Audrey Harmon on production, and our camera guy, Owen, upstairs. We'll see you in just a moment. We're back with you on the Raider Sports Network as a quick pass outside misses there for Highlands Ranch. So pass interference there on the defense. That'll go against Taylor. It'll be a first down here. That first quarter break was a lot quicker than we were expecting. As you can tell, we aren't ready. We have a bit of a producer issue, so we're just trying to get things working. Audrey Harmon was covering the first quarter, and we're switching things off just a little bit. So, yeah, a little quicker than we expected, but should be all good now. Chambers looking for the call from the sideline. It'll be a 1st and 10 here. Ball on the Falcons' 23. Chambers in the shotgun, looking left side. Design screen is short as he gets blown up. Combination of Tuatelli and Franklin in the backfield, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I mean, just like we've been saying the whole time, just the D-line is going to control this game here and just forcing those quick passes, and those quick passes are going to force drops on the wide receivers. So,
yeah, that's for sure. You know, that I wouldn't even consider that a drop. That was just way short on the throw. And, the DBs have been playing good. I'd credit that, though, to the D-line there for getting in there, making that throw to the outside tough. A pretty routine throw, but not for them.
Yeah, no, Highlands Ranch really needs to kind of get their O-line in check here just to hold that back.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we're getting back here on a 2nd and 10 now. After a quick injury stoppage, had to get a switch on the field. Chambers now takes the snap, handoff up the middle, got a little bit of a lane, but lane quickly closes as that'll be a gain of about 3 or 4 and bring up a 3rd down here. Falcons on 3rd down haven't done the best job of converting today. Still keeping the game close, though, as it's a one touchdown game. Raiders' offense has looked good. Raiders' defense has looked good, and it's still not really translating to the scoreboard as the Raiders only up 7-0 here.
I mean, that was just good kind of blocking there by the Falcons for that little hole. You just need a little hole for your running back to go through. If it's open for just a split second and that running back is able to get through, that is a job well done by the O-line.
Yeah, I'd fully agree with that. We have a timeout here on the Raiders Sports Network. We will be back with you in just a moment out of this timeout. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler. We will see you in just a moment. Coming out of a timeout now here on the Raiders Sports Network. Falcons with the ball. It's a 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap looking left side. Floated the ball there. Just outside of the reach of his wide receiver now. This will bring up 4th down and 6. And is the MVP punter going to come onto the field here? Yep, looks like the punt team's coming on.
Have they done it maybe once, twice?
Yeah, only a few times on converting on those 3rd downs. And, that's really going to be a struggle because, this offense isn't moving the ball very well. So if you get yourself into a tougher situation on the down and distance and you're not converting, you're not going to score as it's a fake. And he's blown up immediately. Run out of bounds there. There's going to be a flag.
Blocking the back, it looked like there at the end.
Yeah, it looked
possibly.
Like that could be on number 50-something as he's getting a stern talking to by the coach. Really messed up there. Number 56. Let's see if I was right. 58. Oh.
I think that was 56.
I think it was 56.
But, yeah, that's just something you can't do. There's no point in doing it at all. You're not making anything better for any team. Yeah,
especially because, you weren't going to get the 1st down on that. A really gutsy call on 4th and 6 from your own half, only down a touchdown, punting it back to a team when your punter has been good all day and saying, nah, we're going to run it with our punter. He's a wide receiver. So not the worst call in the world, but excuse me again. I'm battling through a little bit of a cough here. Sorry about that. Carroll, hands off to Carroll. Has a good hole there, tackled around the neck there. It'll bring up a 2nd and medium here.
Yeah, I want to see if Regis is going to pass on these last couple of ones. I mean, if they just get, 10, 15 yards, they're going to be right at the goal line. And that's exactly what you want. I mean, it's just not been translating. The stats of this game so far have not been translating to the scoreboard. So hopefully Regis might get another score here.
Yeah. Handoff. Carroll there. Can't break a tackle, and he's tackled behind the line. Losing about 2 or 3 there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and long. And, yeah, like you said, maybe they might mix in a couple of passes here. This is really the game, I think, over the next stretch of games. As we'll show you our schedule in just a moment at the next break. this is really the game in the next stretch of games that they're really going to want to like hammer this passing offense, right? Because last game, really not the game you want to do it against Valor. This game, the DBs aren't that great. Your receivers are having a good game. Carroll is executing his passes. This is really where you want to build this confidence before the next stretch of games, as we see it's designed rollout right. They're going to call that an incomplete pass as it comes out of his hand. Regardless, was picked up by Berteau, but that'll bring up a 4th down now.
It was just great movement there by the D-line, just getting past the O-line blockers and just getting to the QB very quickly.
Yeah, some pretty quick sheds and good finesse moves on the outside. You know, Raiders tried to hold their blocks there, but wasn't going to happen as we see a kick here. We will see a kick here, excuse me. This will be kicker number 88, Murphy. Hold by Macias. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's got the leg, and it's got the accuracy. Kick is good, and the Raiders now up double figures here, making it a 2-score game.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of that last Valor game, the kicker just didn't execute as well as he possibly could, and now getting 2 complete kicks. And I mean, that last kick there, just there, was really, really good.
Yeah, that was a really good kick. Had the distance, had the leg, had the accuracy. It was a good snap. It was a good hold. That's what you want out of your special teams execution. You know, we lost Jordy De La Torre last year. He was a senior last year going to college. Absolute massive leg. Probably could hit from about, 50 or 60. Absolute cannon of a leg. Murphy has some big shoes to fill, but he's been doing it pretty well. Missed an extra point last week, but, other than that, we've seen his kickoffs be good. We saw his accuracy on that last field goal be good. So hopefully he can continue this momentum. I believe his older brother was a soccer player, graduated 2 years ago, Brendan Murphy, if I remember correctly. That's where I kind of got my start sophomore year, was calling soccer games. So I believe that's his older brother. If it is, must run in the family. Is a good kickoff there. Going to be into the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, a little fight there at the bottom there.
Yeah, at the bottom of your screen. Don't know if you saw it. That was a good point. A little bit of a scrap there. Maybe that's what Highlands Ranch needs to get going, like how they say in training camps, And once you get into a little bit of a scrap, that really gets your team going in training camp, and especially at the NFL level. Maybe that's what they want. We don't want to see that. We definitely don't want to see that. I call football. I don't call UFC. That's not my interest. So hopefully we can avoid those scraps today. But Highlands Ranch offense putting up 0 points thus far, coming out onto the field, having a rough day. But their execution has been fine. It's just been the Raider defense on another level here today.
And what looks like to be a pass play coming here soon.
Yep, you were right. Chambers has a read to his left side, decides not to use it. Open receiver downfield, and it's caught. He's going down the sideline. Macias giving chase. He's not going to get him. And a massive touchdown there from the Falcons to close the gap there. A little bit of a missed assignment there on the back end by the Raiders. Miscommunication, able to take advantage of it. The pass was short, but it was caught and ran all the way in for a touchdown. 10-6 now.
Yeah, on that play, the DB for Regis was just very far off his man, and that just wasn't the right move. Being just tight on him is going to cause, probably would have been a sack back there as the QB was getting closed in on. If he was just on his man, he wouldn't be able to pass to him.
Yeah, he had an open read to the punter down here on the right side, or the guy who is the punter. I guess he's also a receiver. He had an open read there, decided not to go for it, and one opened up down the field. It was a nice throw on the run, put on the money there by Chambers, and, that's really all you can do there. If your Highlands Ranchers just execute like that. It's Regis 10, Highlands Ranch 7. But, yeah, as you mentioned, a little bit of a miscommunication there on the backside. It was Macias, and I can't remember who else was in coverage, but Macias was there filling in his zone, and, other guy appeared to have man at least on him, and little miscommunication, thought Macias, the safety, might take it to the corner, and they both just kind of stopped and let the guy go deep. So almost a nice play to catch back up to the ball, but just a really unfortunate play there from the Raiders, unfortunate miscommunication. And now they only lead by 3 as we get ready for kickoff here. It'll be Barnes and Ecubon back deep. Ecubon, the son of Ebenezer Ecubon, former first-round draft pick by the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, just this return here is going to be kind of big here. We have two basically speed demons in the back that are just able to move very quickly, very shifty and elusive. And then just getting them the ball and getting good blocks here, they could get to the 50, 40, and even a touchdown.
Yeah, if the blocks shape up, that's really almost the most important part of this. The blocks really have to shape up here on this return. Is just about 9:35 remaining in this first half of play. Ranch to kick off here. Oh, they're going to do an onside kick. And picked up there by the Raiders. Good hands there on the sideline.
Very unexpected move there, but I guess that's what they were going for. I don't really see the point in it, though. Just kicking it far back and hoping that your defenders can get through.
Yeah.
And get that tackle in the backfield is a lot better decision than doing this. As Raiders are in the lead.
I agree. And, even though the execution on the onside kick was still pretty good, they had to let it wait 10 yards and unable to do that because Jose Gutierrez, the senior, got through there. A little bit of a plug for his business. I know he does custom shoes and cleats, and they're pretty dang cool. I check him out. I think his name is Tento Designs on Instagram or in YouTube, so check that out. He was the one that recovered that onside kick there for the Raiders. Carroll now out of the shotgun. Man in motion is Metzger. Handoff Medina. He has a hole. Makes a cut. Going down the left sideline. Tackler's giving chase, and he's tackled out of bounds, but not before getting down to the 15-yard line. Block shaped up there. Nice cut by Medina. Really all you want to see from the Raiders there, as that home run speed carried him a lot of the way.
Just that shiftiness there. It looked like he was about to get tackled about 10 yards back, and he was able to just shift out of it, and that's very big. I mean, the blocks were amazing and incredible. Just a huge hole that he could just run through. Yeah,
the blocks really did shape up there. Now, let's see if they go to the red zone plays that they were using last time. We saw a lot of fades to the corner. We have Luke Ford out there in the slot, 6'5", good hands. We'll see if they go to that. Carroll will keep it. He's got a hole up the middle, and his second touchdown of the game is another walk-in. Untouched for the second time this game. And the Raiders strike right back. 16-7.
I mean, that was just an amazing fake and amazing play call there. I honestly started watching the running back run. I didn't think Xander would keep the ball there, but, it's just his speed. You can trust him to keep that ball and get into the end zone.
Yeah, and you were right. I was looking at Medina, too. I thought he was going to the outside. Carroll kept it well, and what a drive from the offensive line there, especially on those run plays from Carroll and Medina. What a drive there to push him back, as Murphy's extra point is good, pushing the lead again to double digits. So, Raiders lead 17-7 here. We'll be back with you on kickoff on the Raider Sports Network in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler. We have Sarah Feistel now producing, and our guy Owen up top still on camera. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Back with you for a kickoff here on the Raider Sports Network. 17-7, your Raiders lead. 9:21 on the clock. Kickoff by Murphy. We saw one of those just a few minutes ago. There's been a lot of scoring happening in the last couple minutes. He's got a good hole there, able to get to the sideline, but a flag comes in there.
But just the blocking there, allowing that runner just to get up to the sideline pretty quickly was just very well done.
Yeah, the blocking shaped up, and, he took advantage of that hole, got to the sideline. So maybe the blocking was a little too good. Maybe a little suspicious as a hold there on the Falcons is going to move them back just a little. And their offense will start a little deeper in their zone.
That's like, what, the second holding call for Falcons? And it's just not shaping up well for them. They need to just get their hands inside and not letting their arms come outside to where it's very obvious that they're holding.
Yeah, and that's like second minimum. You know, like they've had a bit of a struggle here today, especially on special teams play minus the punter. I'm going to keep hyping them up. You know what, Highlands Ranch AD? There's your little hype. There's your hype. Your punter, very good. Handoff up the middle. Oh, and a good tackle there. Not allowing him to get to the next level was Macias. Solid tackle there. Way to wrap up. Hit him hard. Drove him to the ground. And clock will keep running here as we tick down to about 9 minutes remaining in this first half of action.
And just a big, good blocking there by the O-line, allowing that hole to be created and just holding back this D-line that we've been hyping up so much.
Yeah. Looking left side, and a secure tackle there by Harvey. Flying in, made a good read on the play, and a gain of nothing there. Harvey Island there, coming up big with an open field tackle, and that'll bring up a third down in medium.
Yeah, it's just that mindset that Harvey has coming into these games and just the work that he does. Mm-hmm. He doesn't allow anything, and it's just it's very fun to watch him do what he does.
Yeah, very, very hard worker. And sticky in man coverage for sure. We saw that last week against some of the best receivers in the state on Valor. Harvey not really allowing anything. The defense has played impressive 2 weeks in a row here now. Looking right side, Tuatelli chasing him down. He doesn't see him. Gonna keep running. Big shot there. Ecubon coming down from the next level. He'll pick up a first down, but he's gonna pay for it. Ezra Ecubon laying the lumber there. Woo! Man. Still first down, though.
And I think the big mistake on the D-line was, I'm not sure who exactly it was. I think it was Metzger. Went up for a jump. Getting your feet off the ground as a D-lineman when you're getting pushed by an O-lineman. You're in the air. You don't have any traction. You can't do anything in that moment. He just got pushed away.
Yeah.
If he was able to hold that down, just put a hand up, attempt to block, and when he would ran and just shed it, it would have been a sack.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now there's a timeout from the Raiders. So with that timeout, we're also going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined today by Cam Buehler, Sarah Faye still producing, and Owen up top on camera. We will see you in just a moment. Back with you here on the Raider Sports Network for a 1st and 10 from the Falcons. Chambers still in at QB after taking a massive shot on that last play. Handoff here up the middle, and a nice stop there from the Raider wall. Didn't have their more run-stuffing package in, but still a great stop. Metzger able to rally to the ball. Looks like it was also Hilliard. Tuatelli did a nice job to get into the backfield there. Just an overall good play by the D-line.
Yeah, it really was. And I think coming off of the couple of good runs that Highlands Ranch has, Regis has been able to adapt really quickly to them. Mm-hmm. And it might kind of shake things up here for Highlands Ranch.
Yeah. Oh, rushes on, looking left side, and absolutely destroyed by Ecubon there as him and Tuatelli got into the backfield. Ecubon on the last 3 plays has lit up the quarterback twice. Chambers is going to be having nightmares of this guy. My goodness.
And, I mean, if by chance he does get injured, this other QB with his stats just doesn't have as impressive things as the QB out right now for Highlands Ranch. It's just going to be, I mean, he's got to watch himself out here.
Yeah, he does. His O-line is not keeping him clean. You know, you see a lot in the NFL, their quarterbacks will take their linemen out for a steak dinner. So far, these linemen don't deserve a Happy Meal. I will say that. Looking left side, just getting it off, and it takes another shot. Ekuban and Moore combined there. Whew. Third time in 4 plays we've called his name. He's in the backfield every single time, making it impossible for the quarterback here, as that'll bring him a 4th down and 9, and out comes the MVP. On to punt it now. Back deep will be Macias to return. Now, we've seen him pull trickery twice thus far. We saw them have an onside kick after they scored a touchdown and fake a punt. No trickery on this one as this punt's in the air, and it's got a good spiral straight to Macias, though. He makes a cut to the outside. He's got blockers. He's going down the sideline, trying to pick up a block. He's got the angle. Macias down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Cuts it back all the way to the end zone. Dallas Macias. Flex on him, baby. Touchdown Raiders. And they take a 23-7 lead.
Huge stiff arm there at the end. It looks like he was about to get tackled and just shoved the man to the ground. The blocking was just also incredible. Nobody could even touch him at that point.
Yeah, the blocking did shape up really well, I got to say. And, good recognition by Macias, because that punt went straight to him, right? Had it, looked at all of the defenders around him, realized he's got more blockers on the right side. Able to get out of that little pocket there, get down the sideline, use some breakaway speed there, made a nice cutback at the end, good recognition that the punter could have tackled him there. Just a really, really well executed return by Macias and the whole special teams unit there, as we'll see Murphy on for the extra point. Macias the hold, snap, good, per usual. Murphy, another extra point on the board, and the Raiders lead 24-7 with 6:55 left in the first half. We could see a lot of points here today. Don't want to call it early. We could see a 50-burger. I can see it.
Really just depends how good. If Regis does keep up the passing game, they've been doing so well. It just all depends on that, because their run game just hasn't been what it could be.
Yeah, that's for sure. Their run game, minus a few good runs from Medina and both Carrolls, the run game really hasn't shaped up, but those short passes have really been working today. Getting under their coverage, like we've mentioned all game. Highlands Ranch, their zone right now is really deep, like a really deep zone, and they're letting everything come under the middle. They've shown it all game long. The Raiders, too, have had good execution on their short underneath passes, so if you can keep taking advantage of that, that should bode very well for the Raiders, as we see Murphy about to take a kickoff here. Murphy, a little squib kick here. Returner's got a lane, able to gang tackle him there, but squib kick doesn't really pay off in the favor of the Raiders. This looked like an O-lineman was returning that. A little bit of a skinny O-lineman, as we mentioned. The Falcons, little undersized here. Can't really keep up with the size of the Raiders, that's for sure. So we'll see how that plays out throughout the game as the Raider defense comes back out onto the field. D-line right now, Tuatelli, Metzger, Hilliard.
Ball placed at the 44, 1st and 10, Highlands Ranch.
Yeah, here, Highlands Ranch is just kind of far ahead of what they've been for the past couple of drives that they have, and just starting at almost the 45. It's just lucky for them, honestly, and just very good.
Yep, good gang tackle there from the Raiders, but still a good pickup. Good execution on the curl route there. That'll be close to a first down. They're not going to give it to him.
Into Raider territory.
They're going to spot the ball about a yard back, so it'll be a 2nd and 1 here as the clock continues to run. We're under 6:30 remaining in this first half.
A big run play here is probably coming up. Just the passing. It could be possible, but it doesn't look like it.
You were right. Run to the left side. Nothing doing. Raiders, another good gang tackle there, and that's something they've been doing very well on defense. It's not just one man minus that tackle from Harvey a little while back. It's not just one man wrapping up. It's a bunch of them holding the guy and waiting for everyone to rally to that point, getting them down. Good solid tackling, good execution here from the Raiders, and it's showing on the scoreboard as they have a 24-7 lead.
Yeah, just the amount of red hats over black hats on the ball. I mean, every single time Regis has been tackled, it's usually one or two or three of the Falcons. But Regis tackling, I mean, they have almost half the field on that one person.
That's for sure. Handoff up the middle, stopped with nowhere to go. That was number 58, Hilliard, with a good shed, and looks like it's going to bring up maybe a third down. Maybe he got it. Little unsure. Depends on the spot. Might have to bring out the chains here. They're going to say he's short. And, yep, he is. Falcons hurrying quick to the line. The Raiders bring in Franklin, number 77, big nose tackle here. Big package in here for the Raiders. It's man on man here. Chambers trying to get up the middle. He doesn't. Stopped. Bent backwards. Big muscle there from the Raiders, showing their physical advantage over the Falcons. And that will bring up a first down for the Raider offense. A turnover on downs.
No gain. Turnover on downs.
And that's another turnover for the Falcons. Even though it isn't like a mid-play turnover, turnover on downs still.
First and 10 region.
And it's just we're talking about the size difference. They really can't run something like that. They're just going to get blown up instantly. And honestly, a quick pass to the outside probably could have done better than that play.
Yeah, that's for sure. Quick passes to the outside have kind of worked here today for the Falcons. Not much deep, though, minus that one touchdown play as Carroll in the shotgun. Handoff to Carroll up the middle. He's got a hole. Dancing. He makes a cut. Down the left sideline, makes a move. Stiff arms towards the pylon and won't get there, but a massive run from Xavier Carroll. Bouncing off of bodies. Looking like Derrick Henry. Little stiff arm, little juke. Whoop. Down the sideline. Able to get to that left sideline and finally pushed out of bounds, but not before picking up a massive first down. It'll be first and goal Raiders. Whew, that's dominance right there.
Yeah, I mean, you referenced the bowling ball thing. Once it starts rolling, you can't really stop it. I mean, I think he put down like 3 different people trying to get to him, and that's just insane. And he's also got that shiftiness, and he's just all compiled into one man in the backfield.
Yeah, that's incredible. And to think there's 2 of them, and one of them plays quarterback, that's pretty crazy. Another handoff for Carroll. Had a hole up the middle, but took a big shot from the defensive lineman coming off his block, and it'll be a second down after a gain of a few.
Yeah, relatively speaking, Regis hasn't done the best in the red zone. So possibly by chance here, I think they've just been running it so much in the red zone. A pass would look very good here.
Yeah, a pass would look very good here. We saw them last week run fades to the corners of the end zone. And even though Carroll struggled last week with his passing, that's one that he can really hit, is that fade to the corner. As he keeps the ball here and stumbles. A read option blown up in the backfield, and looks like they might have to pass here as that brings up a third and goal.
No gain on the play.
They're going to call it no gain, but in reality, it'll be loss of 3. Yep, PA announcer corrected herself there. I was going to say no gain. Looked like a little bit of a loss. It'll be 3rd and 10 here now. 3 receivers set. 1 tight end. Running back is Medina. Looking towards the middle on a slant play. He's got Medina on the outside. Touchdown! Medina to the end zone. And the Raiders have put up 30 before the half.
And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, just Raiders have the speed to where you can just do a little short, 2-yard, 3-yard, 4-yard pass, and they can make it into a 10-yard play.
Yeah, they can. And, you know, that execution that they have on those short passes is something that they've definitely been working on in practice this week. You know, I walked out there. We were filming a little something for RJTV, and we saw those short passes going. So, you know, that's something that we know they've been working on.
Murphy's extra point is good.
So after Murphy's extra point is good, we'll see a kickoff in just a moment.
I mean, really for the Falcons, it hasn't been the small mistakes that they've been making. It's been the big mistakes that they've been making. Mm-hmm. The mistakes you have to change to win. Every once in a while, everybody's going to make a mistake. Mm-hmm. But it seems like almost their whole team has been making those same mistakes over and over again, and they're just not correcting themselves.
Yeah, that correction is the really important part of that because, we saw when they were pinned after a good punt from Brooks Garrick, when they were pinned near their 3 or their 4, we saw 2 false start penalties in a row from the same position on the field in the same formation. Those things are going to kill you if you continue to do that, as we see a kickoff deep here. And unable to field it in the end zone, it'll be a touchback. Highlands Ranch picked up a big hit there on the kickoff. Big celebration for a team down 31-7, I got to say.
Weird celebration, though.
Yeah.
Really nothing came out of it.
Take the little things, I guess. It was on a touchback. Both players are fine. A good hit, yeah, but is a good hit going to make up the 24-point differential that you're down before the half right now? I've never seen it happen, but possible.
Maybe.
Possible. I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe that gives them all the momentum they need. Little guy getting hit on the kickoff return. Woo! 1st and 10. Chambers out there in the shotgun. 4 split out wide. Looking left side. Design screen. Raiders trying to rally to the ball. Oh, Macias! Popped him out of bounds. Still a good gain, but woo! Man.
Decent blocking by the other wide receiver, too. He held that guy, so, he could get past him, and that's really all you had to do on that play there.
Yeah, we've seen both teams exploit that play where it's the designed wide receiver screen to the outside. Sometimes it's a little bubble screen. Sometimes it's to the slot receiver. And, the blocks have shaped up for both teams on that play. Wonder when both defenses stumbled over that a little, tried to combine my words. Wonder when both defenses will, start to stop that because it's been working for both teams. As Chambers now in the shotgun. 4 split out wide again. A run up the middle. Good rally there from the Raiders. Will bring them down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be about a 3rd down and 2 here. We haven't seen many conversions on 3rd down here, Cam. What do you think the secret to success could be in a 3rd and short here for the Falcons?
It's going to be those short passes. Those are so hard to defend correctly because if you defend it more aggressively and they take advantage of that, they're going 10, 20 yards. So it's a very risky thing, but running it here is going to be possibly maybe the worst decision they can make.
Yeah.
Just because they haven't been running it well at all.
Yep. Looking left side, you were right. Short pass. They were able to get it underneath. Good open field tackle there from Taylor. But it's not going to matter as that brings up a 1st down. I was about to say clock continues to move, but it's not moving on the score. Oh, they got to respot the chains. This is like college football. I completely forgot they got to respot the chains. I'm not used to that with the Highlands Ranch offense and 1st downs. That's not really communicating towards my brain thus far. Hopefully it won't for the rest of the game. Or maybe hopefully it will for your viewing experience. Nah, we want to see the Raiders win. Trying to wrap up there. Can't do so. Breaking a couple of tackles there. And a big gain for the Falcons as he'll be run out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they finally realized those short passes, those 5-yard passes are going to be really useful here. And, just there on the tackles there, trying to just jump in and get that nice-looking tackle isn't as good as wrapping him up and then just driving him back and just using your strength against his.
Yeah. Fully agree. Awaiting the play call from the sideline here. It's a hot day here in Highlands Ranch. Very, very hot day. Drop back, looking left side. Oh, the DB slipped, able to complete it. Trying to take him down. He'll be rallied out of bounds, but the Highlands Ranch passing offense starting to click here.
Yeah, starting to shape up really nicely for Highlands Ranch. And it's just got to be the DBs. I think playing man here is going to be Regis' best option. Just looking at the difference between the wide receivers and the DBs, even from up here, you can see the size is kind of prevalent. Their outside wide receivers are just very small.
Yeah, I really haven't seen a wide receiver that's any kind of size. As we see another DB slip there, that was Harvey on the outside, and another completion. Yeah, I think that's been the bad thing for the last 3 plays as we've seen DBs get lost or slip. That really, really has to be limited if there's going to be really any kind of success here for the Raiders.
Yeah, just staying on your feet there and just getting to the ball before it's thrown, getting to your man before it's thrown is the biggest part of it. And they're just not doing that well at all right now.
Yeah, that's crucial. You have to stick on them. It'll be a first and 10 from the red zone here as we have a timeout. And with that timeout, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley alongside Cam Buehler. We'll see if the Raiders can make a stop when we come back on the Raider Sports Network in just a moment. So the offense and defense both take the field for both teams. First red zone opportunity for the Falcons. Their touchdown came on a bomb, and they really haven't been here since. They were just outside of the red zone early in the game, but Nooney Tuatelli came up with a huge sack that turned into, I don't need to give you the rundown. It was a good play by Nooney Tuatelli, but that was all the way back in the first quarter. Red zone opportunity here. Chambers, designed rollout to the right, and a good tackle there from Gehrig. Pass complete, but maybe should have hoped he dropped it there as the clock continues to run and could have lost about half a yard. Not going to gain any, that's for sure, as it'll bring up a second down and 11. Yep, loss of a yard, second and 11.
Yeah, just that D-line, I mean, I think it was just a bunch of Regis players and then the QB back there when he threw that ball. And it's just very risky for him, giving him a lot of pressure to make those bad passes.
Good pressure here from the Raiders, lofted up. And Chambers took a massive shot there from Padgett. We're going to take a timeout for that injury on the Raider Sports Network. We will be back with you in just a moment. Back here on the Raider Sports Network after that injury timeout, we have a new quarterback in the game. Looks right side, lofting a pass, and, hate to say it, that might be why he's the backup.
Yeah,
Probably just a throwaway. That was Ludwig.
That'll bring up a 4th and 11.
So it'll be a 4th and 11, and probably the kick team coming on here. Can't imagine a punt in this spot.
Yeah. I know Highlands Ranch is just thinking about trying to get that. They need that QB back in. Just looking at him. He's on the sideline getting checked real quick.
Yep.
And he's just kind of out of it right now.
Yeah.
It's just not good for Highlands Ranch at all.
He took a hard hit from Garrett Padgett, which is probably the last person you want to get hit by on this team. His snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is up and good. So, Falcons finally into double figures with 55 seconds left on the clock. A big celebration on the sideline there from the cheerleaders and the Palms team. Getting really hyped up. 3 points. 21-point game. Woo! 3-score game here. The Raiders lead almost to halftime. 55 seconds remain in this first half. We've already seen a return touchdown in this game. Hopefully we can see a good return here to set up some good field position. Usually they've been putting Ekubon and Barnes back, which is a really good combo you want to have.
Yeah, both of them are just insanely fast and just scary just to watch them do what they do. You can't. If they get open field, they're gone.
Yeah.
You can't get them back.
Imagine being some freshman on the kick coverage team. You're all excited, and now the 2 returners you got to go against are the son of a former NFL first-round draft pick and a guy who would have medaled in the women's 100 in the Olympics had he run it. That's not the most optimal people to go against, I'd say.
No, it is not. And, I mean, even the blocking here on the kickoff has been pretty good for Regis.
Yeah, they really have had good blocking thus far, and a special team standout thus far has been Jose Gutierrez. He's been everywhere on kick coverage and kick blocking, number 6 at the bottom of your screen. He's been pretty good. Kickoff on its way, a little bit of a short kick, going to be fielded here. Running through a body there. And it'll be a first down for the Raiders. They kicked it a little short there. That one went to number 85, Patrick Wyrock. Able to field that one. Pick up a couple on the return, but yeah, like we mentioned, we said, though, those kickoff returners are very scary, and they knew it too because they decided not to kick it to him. Kicked it short, and the Raider offense will have 51 seconds to march down the field, from their own 37-yard line. Cam, what do you want to see here out of this team in terms of offensive scheme for this drive?
I mean, honestly, they can do anything they want. They're in such a big lead, but truly just big passes here is going to just look nice for everybody, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Handoff up the middle. Carroll, he's got blockers. He's got a lane. Kind of tripped up. Still going. A good gain there for the Raiders. And only 6 seconds in, and they've flipped field position.
And, I mean, just they can run, too. You kind of forget about that when they've been doing so good on a pass game, that their run game is just as amazing for Regis today.
Chains have been spotted. Clock is running up the middle. A pass intended for DT3. Dervin Taylor III off the mark, and it'll bring up a second down and 10. A little bit of time to, cool the jets here after that incompletion. 37 yards to go in 37 seconds.
I'm expecting more passes here just as we're getting into the final seconds of this quarter. Running down the clock, just you don't have a reason to do it here, and scoring is going to be your best option.
Yep. Medina has a hole. Good run there. Will he pick up the first down? Clock will stop. Undecided on whether or not they're going to keep the clock running.
Looks like a
clock will keep running. Carroll, shotgun snap, looking left side, has Ekube on, and just a little bit of a miss on the throw. They are going to call it a first down. Didn't give any signal of the first down, so it was a little tough for us to tell, and they moved the chains, I believe, mid-play.
Yeah, and then also these passes here by Xander have just been very quick and going. I don't think the receivers have been ready for it. This is the first time we've seen Xander basically grab the ball, wait, basically split second, and then just throw a heater down to the wide receivers, and I don't think they're ready for that right yet.
Carroll, under pressure, dumps off to Barnes. He's got the speed, looking to the sideline, taken down, but not before picking up the first down. 17.7 remaining on the clock in this first half. Raiders trying to score before it ends, hurrying up to the line. Chains are going to move. Clock is about to start. Carroll under center. Clock is moving. They spike the ball. 14.5 remaining in this first half. Raiders in the red zone here. Ball on the 13. Trying to extend their lead to 34 or 38, depending on the score.
My guess here is going to be a pass play here, just as that spike is going to indicate that they want more time to set everything up, get everybody ready for it.
Yeah, I would look Luke Ford, top of your screen. 6'5 receiver, caught a fade route in the last game against Valor for a touchdown. We'll see what they do here. Carroll takes the snap, looking right. He's looking for Ford. It's a fade route. Go up. He got it. Luke Ford, touchdown.
That's just trust in your receiver right there, just tossing it up and trusting that he's going to come down with that ball. And just a beautiful pass and just beautiful catch, too. Oh.
The Raiders going to get flagged for a bit of an excessive celebration there. A little bit of an on his head type deal. It was on his head. He got mossed. Looks like the flag is going to be called here. We'll see what the deal is. Probably enforced on the kickoff, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
And with 9 seconds remaining and not the best deep passing game with their quarterback out, you don't like to get those penalties, but those are the ones you can afford for a celebration that's absolutely humiliating.
15-yard penalty to be assessed in the kickoff.
Yep, 15-yard. Oh, they're celebrating the excessive celebration penalty.
If this was mid-game, very good for Highlands Ranch, but, I mean, 9 seconds left.
This isn't going to do a thing. This won't do anything. I guess one of the saddest things you can see is the celebration of an excessive celebration The crowd celebrating the penalty of an excessive celebration after your own guy gets mossed in the end zone, as now you're down 4 touchdowns.
It's just not looking good for the Falcons here.
No shot. It is not. Murphy on to kick the extra point, trying to make it 38-10. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good, and the Raiders take a 28-point lead. So it's a 4-score game here.
Our score now, Regis Jesuit 38.
A couple close
Highlands Ranch 10.
calls there at the end zone, just trying to get those points in. But Regis has been able to hold them in the red zone, which is very big. I mean, it's called the red zone for a reason. You need to score for that.
Yeah, like you said, red zone, really important to score. And, the Raiders played a little bit of bend, don't break defense with allowing them to get all the way down into the red zone and only allowing a field goal. But, other than a little bit of bend, don't break defense and missed coverage, if you get rid of those, 2 things in this game, it's a shutout. The Raider defense has played this game nearly perfectly. So we'll see how they continue with 9.8 left on the clock. Murphy's going to have a long way to kick this ball, but
I mean, he could probably
he has the leg.
Yeah, he can probably get down roughly to the 20. I mean, he's kicked it to the back of the end zone before.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just see how this plays. Truly, it doesn't really matter too much as we are coming into the end of the second quarter.
Yep, we're coming to the end of the half. Stay tuned at halftime. We could have a halftime show for you. Not sure if we will. Still a little unsure. We're a little short-handed here on what we're expecting. Squib kick now. Well executed. Good pickup there on the squib kick. Trying to get to the sideline, wrapped up in bounds, and 6 seconds remain for the Falcons to try to do something. Let's see what quarterback they're going to have go out there.
Yeah, it looks like their QB may not be injured anymore. Maybe back on the field, but
Yep, in the huddle right now is Chambers, and their backup is on the sideline.
just expect a probable long pass here.
Yeah, got to expect a Hail Mary. Might want to play a deeper zone. If we've seen all game, though, and, a couple plays ago, let me try to predict something again. A couple plays ago, said Luke Ford, top of the screen, little fade route, go up and get it, touchdown. Now, on this one, if they go Hail Mary, I'm looking for a sack here. You got Tuatelli, Metzger, and Hilliard on the line here. The Cal commit, Nuni Tuatelli, looking to wreak some havoc here, and he does off the line. He gets there quick. A Nuni Tuatelli sack. Am I Nostradamus? Possibly. I just saw into the future. And of the future of this game, it's going to be halftime. Raiders lead 38-10. We'll be back with you on the Raiders Sports Network in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley. I've been joined here today by Cam Buehler. We will see you in just a moment. Back with you on the Raiders Sports Network for the second half of action. Raiders will receive this kickoff here
Ranch will kick off.
after taking a 38-10 lead in the first half. Welcome back again. I'm Hudson Ridley. Joining me today is Cam Buehler. Nico Wood will be producing us for the rest of the way. Sorry if I've been hiccuping a little. I had to eat a little quick soft pretzel lunch during the halftime. Took a few minutes, too. It was quite an impressive feat, I got to say. Kickoff on its way here. Falcons will start off on defense, a defense that hasn't been particularly good today, allowing 38 in the first half, and just last week, I believe, allowing 41. So hoping not to do the same, but I can't see that happening. Short kick here, fielded by the Raiders. Blocks nearly shaping up. Oh, good spin move, staying on his feet. And a non-returner nearly busted a big return there, but nothing doing as the Raiders will take over on first down. Carroll will come out as the starting quarterback. And Cam, what are you going to look for them to do here to, get rolling right away?
I mean, like we've been saying for the past couple of times, their run game and pass game have been elite so far. So honestly, they can come out doing both. And if the O-line does what it needs to do, both will succeed greatly.
Yeah, like you said, really reliant on O-line play when we saw big runs in the first half. A lot of that was reliant on the holes that the O-line created for both Carroll and Medina. We'll see if they can do that to start the second half here. Right now is Carroll. Man in motion is Ekubon. Handoff up the middle. Banging his way for a couple there is number 8, Josiah Harris. That'll bring up a second down in medium here. So we've seen a lot of that Raider motion today, putting guys in the slot, putting them in motion, and then just a handoff up the middle, but trying to confuse that Highlands Ranch defense with a good amount of motion. Harris still in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Looking downfield, has a man. It's Luke Ford who makes the catch. Already a touchdown today, and now a big play gets him down to the 20-yard line. And all of a sudden, the Raiders are in the red zone. As we have a man down, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. We will be back with you in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler, Nico Wood on production, and up top is our cameraman, Owen. We will be back with you in just a moment. Back with you on the Raider Sports Network after that quick injury timeout. The Raiders have the ball spotted just outside of the red zone on the 22-yard line of the Falcons, already up by 4 touchdowns. After a big catch from Luke Ford, ball put right on the money by Carroll. It's a end around here. He's got the speed. Barnes, spin move. Whoop! Touchdown. End zone. There we go. Hit him with the little spin move. Had him lost. Good speed to the end zone and a good call there on the jet sweep. Raider touchdown, and will count as a passing touchdown because it was a little touch pass jet sweep there. What do you like about the execution of that play, Cam?
I mean, jet sweep is always just, if it's done well, it's going to be done amazingly. Mm-hmm. If you able to start and finish a jet sweep, you're going to just destroy the defense. And that's exactly what they did here. And just DeAndre and his speed, being able just to be shifty and do all that he can do in a span of like 20 yards is crazy good.
Agreed with that one there. The Raiders, have the speed to execute those jet sweeps very well, so not surprised as extra point tacked on there by Murphy, and it's 45-10. A few seconds in, I guess a few minutes in to the third quarter. I think we're seeing 50 here today. I think we're seeing 50.
It looks like a 50 game.
Raiders got off to a little bit of a slow start, only having a touchdown at the end of the first quarter. I believe it was only one touchdown, but then an absolute explosion in the second quarter, and they're picking up just where they left off after that second quarter with a massive bomb to Luke Ford and finished off on the jet sweep by DeAndre Barnes.
Truly, the Raiders defense can just do what they want on the field at the moment. The Highlands Ranch defense is just not doing what they need to do just to control that offense at all.
And, what the Falcons defense, switching to their side, has really had to focus on all game is, that dual threat rushing attack of Xander Carroll. Now that they're up big in the game, starter Xander Carroll could come out, and we could see Brandon Severns in relief here, who brings a whole different style to the game. Rocket arm, great accuracy, not the best mobility, but then they got to switch it up. That could take advantage of some of their lackluster corners here, so we'll see what they decide to go with, but so far the attack has worked. A nice cut there by the Falcons. He's got a lane down the sideline and finally tackled by Patrick Wyrock, but not before picking up a massive gain and giving the Falcons good field position for their first drive of the half.
I mean, that was just a great kick, too, putting him down basically at the 1 yard line, allowing him not to be able to get that touchback, but then just him and the blocks that he got during that run were just really good.
Ball placed on the 48. First down, Falcons.
So, first down here for the Falcons.
Correction, 43.
On their own, on the Raiders' 43-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun here. Shotgun snap, rolling through his progressions. Got no one on the sideline, nearly intercepted there. Dervin Taylor made a great break back to the ball. Unable to come up with an interception there. That would have crushed any kind of momentum they got from that kickoff return there. Instead, it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Just the man defense that Regis is putting out here is just very good. And I think if they keep it up, that pass game is going to be basically zero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. A lot of their corners very sticky, and, man, just a lot faster than the wide receivers of Highlands Ranch. Those Highlands Ranch wide receivers, not the biggest, not the fastest, not the best technique-wise. I didn't give him a compliment. I should have given him a compliment. That felt bad. Just bashing him. Big hit, Macias out of bounds. Woo! That's the second time we've seen him lay an absolute stinger on a guy. 5-yard gain. Would bring up a third down. There was a flag on the play, but it was picked up. It'll be about a 3rd and 5.
And just, those short little passes are just going to be what Highlands Ranch kind of needs. Those long ones, they're not going to be able to get 10, 20-yard passes in because, just the corners that Regis has, their safeties, they're all just very good, and they can keep their man without getting the ball.
Yeah, not only just very technically skilled. Oh, ball batted at the line. Nooney Tuatelli. Way to get in there. The Cal commit got good pressure off the edge there. Got right in the face of Chambers, who stood no chance on that one.
And just that D line is just insane at what they do, and just being able to get to the QB as quick as they do, not allowing even those short little quick passes to happen without a hand in the face.
That's exactly right, and they're going to need to do that again here as Falcons are going to go for it on 4th down. It will be a pass play. Metzger gets in there quick, but able to loft one up, and Highlands Ranch going to move the chains there. Tough window throw there from the quarterback, but he's able to make it work.
That was a very nice throw, and the man was decently open for a split second there, and he was able to get that ball in there, which just takes a lot of trust. Honestly.
Yeah, it does take a lot of trust. You're right. Pass to the right side, dropped. It was a designed short pass to the outside, and good pressure there from the Raiders. not only forcing a bit of an errant throw, but just a bad drop there by Highlands Ranch. Really the ones you want to catch there. Even if you can't turn it upfield much, at least get a couple, you know. That's got to be frustrating if you're the coaching staff for Highlands Ranch, because you can train them all you want. You can put them out there. You get them in perfect formation. Play gets off without a hitch, and then you just drop the ball.
All it takes is 3 to 4 yards a couple of times, and you're set. But if you just can't get it started, if you can't get in the wide receiver and the wide receiver can't catch it, there's not really a point.
Good break back to the ball, but it won't matter as it's caught. It'll be a first down there for the Falcons as they move it in to first and goal territory. That was complete to the backup quarterback there, Max Ludwig. It'll be a first and goal for the Falcons.
Falcons' red zone game hasn't been so good so far, but maybe they can kind of turn something up here in the third quarter. Hopefully, maybe they can, but also just Raiders' defense is just in their face all the time.
And as we mentioned, in their face, good pressure to Atelli over the middle, picked off. Dervin Taylor, the third interception. DT3 with a cut down the sideline, puts a move on him and just goes down. Tuatelli, good pressure, way to get in his face, forces the air and throw, and all of a sudden, all the momentum is on the side of the Raiders. Thrown right to Dervin Taylor, a great interception, first down and 10 for the Raiders.
And I mean, Derv just waiting there and being able to grab the ball, but then just not just go full blow down the sideline, because he would have gotten hit and probably taken back into the end zone with that hit. He was able to wait, hesitate for a couple seconds, and was able to kind of just move around, gain a couple of yards, which actually just helps Regis out a lot.
Yeah, it was a good kick return or juke there, because, he was getting brought back, as you mentioned, to his own end zone, and, that would have been, if my football rules stand correct, that would have been a safety, because he caught it in the end zone, came out of the end zone, and then if he gets tackled in the end zone again, would have been a safety. Way to fend that off. Gain a couple of yards. Raiders with tough field position to start, but at least they're starting, and here comes the senior quarterback, Brandon Severns. We saw him last game against Valor come in at the end of the game, give the team some good momentum. Let's see what he can do here. Man in motion. Handoff here to the left sideline. Carroll's got a hole. Down the sideline. Runs through a man and nearly to the first down. We'll see where the spot is. Good execution there by the Raiders.
And I think here we're going to see even more passes here as just getting those. I mean, he's got a cannon of an arm, so he can get it basically anywhere on the field decently well and decently accurate. So the run game might shorten or slow down a little bit here, but I think starting off they're going to start running, and slowly and surely they're going to start passing a little bit more.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the Raiders' run game becomes a little less dynamic with Severns in there. Not the most mobile quarterback in terms of, it's a tough comparison to take to Carroll, as the other Carroll up the middle. Throws a stiff arm, he keeps going. There goes Carroll down the sideline. Oh, runs through a man. We've seen that run 2 plays in a row. They can't contain him. But, yeah, like we mentioned, Severn's in there now, not hindering the run game, of course, right now. And, he's not the most mobile quarterback, but that's if you're comparing him to a Xander Carroll. But his arm talent is ridiculous. We haven't seen him throw a pass yet, but he puts a lot of zip on his balls, gets them right on the money. Really the guy you want throwing a fade route, and really we got a guy on this team, Luke Ford, the guy that you want catching the fade route. So once they get to that red zone, look for more fades. Severns, shotgun snap, another handoff. Going left side is the running back. Medina runs through another man. Tackling has been tough here for the Falcons, as we've seen 3 guys get ran through on 3 consecutive plays. What do you think about their tackling here for the Falcons?
I mean, it's been a bunch of solo tackling, and when their size is just compared to Regis, just very small, as we keep saying over and over again, you can't be solo tackling these people. You need 3 to 4 guys on him, one to hold, and then another one or a second one just to hit him, just to bring that man down. And they're just not doing that. They're trying to get those solo tackles in. Yeah,
that's right. Not a lot of rallying to the ball, as we see Severns over the middle. A dot zipped in there to Metzger. Short pass, but it'll go for about 5. They're going to say the ball came out. We'll see what the ref whistles here. Looks like they're going to call him down beforehand. They will. So it'll be a second down for the Raiders there. About a 2nd and 5. Good zip on that ball from Severns there.
I mean, they can do that all day, just 5-yard passes over and over again. There's not really much Highlands Ranch can really do except just collapse on the middle.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot where those curl routes aren't really working for the defense. They're working for the offense, the Raiders, not really working for the defense of the Falcons because their zone plays so far off. Hand up the middle as Carroll gains a few, but he'll be stuffed there. It'll be a gain of about 3 and bring up third and two. Let's see. Still waiting on the scoreboard to tell us what it is.
Carroll with the carry.
And, I mean, fakes for Regis right now are going to be a lot harder because this defense is going to know that without Xander and they're less likely to have the QB keep the ball on a run play. So they're just going to very much go hard on the running back.
Yeah. Severns, snap, designed rollout left. Able to get away from a man. Nice zip on the ball. Gets it to Tuatelli. First down, Raiders. Good way to avoid the pressure from Severns there. Gets the ball off. A little bit of a Patty Mahomes sidearm throw there. You see that little windup, the throw?
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
That's why he's dangerous as a QB with that arm of his. If he can do something like that, imagine him just throwing it normally.
Yeah,
it's gonna
exactly.
be insane.
He's got good touch on his passes. He's found his tight ends twice thus far, Tuatelli and Metzger. Still hasn't mixed any receivers in on his passes yet. In the backfield, looks like that's Harris, Josiah Harris. Tuatelli in motion across the formation. Handoff Harris. Working left side, throws a stiff arm and a flag on the play. We'll see who that's on.
Possibly a holding call there on Regis.
Yeah. If it
Run by Harris. Flag on the play.
If it is a call, if they don't pick up the flag, you got to imagine that on a run like that, probably going to be a holding. You're right. Yep, so holding on the offense. It'll be a 10-yard penalty and another first down.
I mean, here you're going to get into probably a pass play or even a run because we do have Carroll out there. Just a big run play is what you want here, especially being back, 20 yards.
Yeah. You can't do that chant coming from the crowd of Highlands Ranch. Maybe Regis should have a you can't do that chant of their own when it comes to winning games for the Falcons as they trail 35-0 in the third quarter. Whew. I'm on one today, Cam.
You are.
Man in motion here. Snap to Severns. Handoff Carroll. He's got a hole. Down the outside. Stiff arm. Right to the face. And gets back to about where the little part of the drive started. Don't know what they really call that. The part. You used to play football.
Yeah, it's
that
usually
little part per part there on the drive.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of more of an outside run there, just kind of getting him going as he can.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Murphy. I saw Murphy put his hands up as he came around to try to get a block. I think he knew it was. He wasn't supposed to do that as the Raiders get backed up very far. First and 26 here for the Raiders. Yeah, he came around the edge.
Yeah.
Carroll he picked up a block, but, yeah, a little bit of a block in the back. So
not much you can really do there. He's kind of in a bad position at the start.
Severns here from the shotgun. Has Medina to his left. Takes the snap. Looks downfield. Just dumps it off into the hands of Medina. And incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 26 now for the Raiders.
And, I mean, speaking O-line there, he had all the time in the world to throw that ball. There was maybe one man close, but he was kind of playing more not aggressive. He was just kind of sitting there at the line waiting for something to happen. He had, I mean, he was in the pocket the whole time. He had all day to throw that ball.
He did have all day to throw that ball. And, a little bit of a leak out there from the running back. Just threw his hands. A bunch of receivers went downfield. It was good coverage, though, by Highlands Ranch. We haven't seen that a lot today, but good coverage there. As snap, it's going to be a speed option. He's going to get it to the pitch. Medina, and he's wrapped up for a loss. A speed option on a 2nd and 26 is...
Yeah, not the play I would call, but...
Yeah.
Chase stop
especially with the mobility of Severns. If you do your homework on him, he's not going to be the one that will keep the speed option most of the time. So it was a well-covered speed option. I don't really know what you can do with that play in that spot. It's a 3rd and 29 now after a loss of 3. Brandon's got the arm for this, though. So
yeah.
We'll see how far he can get down. It'll be in the red zone. Right now, though, the ball is on the 50. 3rd and 29 here. Fakes the handoff. Looking deep downfield. A missile! Down the sideline! Touchdown for the kicker, Ty Murphy! Brandon Severns right on the money! And the Raiders have 50-burgered the Falcons in the 3rd quarter. And they keep running up the score.
I mean, it's exactly what we were talking about. He has the arm to do that. And then he was just wide open. I mean, there was not even a man close to him. That could have gone in for a tackle or even try to put pressure on the wide receiver to make him drop the ball.
You're having a rough day when you get a team to a 3rd and 29 and they say, never mind, go and score a touchdown from the 50. A 49-yard pass from Severns. And the Raiders, pending the extra point from the guy who just scored the touchdown, Ty Murphy, could be up by 42. 6 scores. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. Everything you want there from an extra point. And before the kickoff team comes out onto the field, excuse me, we're going to take a time. Oh, wait, no. Kickoff team's coming back out of the field pretty quick. Didn't expect that. I was going to take a timeout, but in the meantime, we'll just do the drop we were going to do for the timeout. If you're just joining us on the Raiders Sports Network for the second half of action, Raiders lead 42. Or by 42. They've had an excellent game thus far. We've had an excellent broadcast thus far, if I do say so myself. I'm Hudson Ridley. I've been joined today by Cam Buehler. We'll have a little more action here in just a second.
And I mean, just speaking here, Highlands Ranch, they have the stats to make points here, and they're just not doing it at all.
Yeah, they're really not. And like you mentioned, the stats from the week before, they put up a lot of passing yards. And, they haven't done too bad in the passing yards department today. But that's about it. Everything else has gone wrong for them thus far, and not looking too bright, I'd say, for them. There's a deep kickoff there from Murphy. We'll go for a touchback. The Falcons will take over now. So the Falcons will start on their own 20. Not nearly as good a field position as the last drive. If we remind you of the last drive, take you back for the Falcons. They had a really nice return, a couple of good plays, a good passing play to set up a 1st and goal, and then I believe it was on 2nd and goal. Good pressure by Nuni Tuatelli, forced an interception straight to the hands of Dervin Taylor. So good execution by the Raiders on that goal line stand. As we get ready for a 1st and 10 here. Looking to the sideline, caught here. A lot of space to run, breaks a tackle, finally brought down by Gutierrez, but not before picking up the 1st down on a gain of 16.
Those short passes that we keep talking about, I mean, they're just abusing it right now.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
It's just going to wonder how Regis is going to respond to it all.
Yeah. And, we've seen good plays by the DBs on these short passes, but as you mentioned, it's really hard to cover these. We'll see if they continue to exploit these. Low snap, handoff here. Trying to go straight up the middle, nothing doing. Gain of about 1 there. It'll bring up a 2nd and 9 here for the Falcons.
Handoff goes for a yard. It's 2nd and 9.
Starting quarterback here for the Falcons, still staying out there on the field despite being down 42. We've seen the Raiders go to their backup, and we've seen the starter for the Falcons get shaken up a few times. You got to think it's only a matter of time before they go to their backup.
Yeah, true. I think we have a couple new D linemen out there right now, too. I think Andrew Metzger's not out there at the moment.
Yep. We still have Tuatelli out there who got off the edge. Good. Pass complete to Arroyo on the sideline. Gang tackled there and pushed back, but a good play from the Raiders and a flag down there on the field. Could be a late hit there from Tuatelli as he got in his grill kind of late. We'll see.
Looks like a possible roughing the passer here.
Yep. It'll be roughing the passer there. They'll call that one against Hilliard. Not too telly. So that'll move the sticks regardless for a first down. Ref keeps on moving the ball here. Got a little caught up talking to one of the players and a little confused. You could tell he was counting the yards in his head, and then he got into a conversation with someone. It's like when you're trying to count in your head and someone else counts out loud and it messes you up. I think that's what was kind of going on there. Final seconds ticking off of the quarter. It'll be a handoff to end it, but he's got a massive hole. Stiff arm. A block down the field, and it'll be a touchdown for the Falcons. They finally scored in the second half, right as the third quarter ends. They will not be shut out in the third quarter.
Really good blocking there by the Falcons, just allowing their running back to do what he can do. And, I mean, you just got to give it to the Falcons there. Coming off of you're down by a lot. It's got to be mentally taxing just to watch your team getting beat over and over again. And then just making a play like that, it brings some energy and something that you need in a team.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a momentum swing here as the kick tee gets thrown out onto the field there by someone just straight into the middle of the field. Falcons trying to figure out who's in and who's out on this extra point kick now. They've got it straightened out. Trying to close the gap to 30. Let me do my math real quick. Trying to close the gap to 35.
Yep.
And they've done so. So the Raiders will return to the field for the kick coverage. We will be back with you in just a second on the Raiders Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Cam Buehler, Nico Wood on production, and Owen, our camera guy up top. We'll see you in a moment. Back with you for our fourth and final quarter of action here on the Raiders Sports Network following a Falcons touchdown. They'll kick back to the Raiders. Raiders up 35 right now. We'll see if they can extend their lead. They put together a nice drive last time. Hopefully looking to do the same again. Makes our job easier when they score, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I think kind of the big thing here is having the second team in for Regis, just seeing what they can do, because he didn't really get that last game for Regis against Valor.
Yeah, we only saw about a drive of the second team in the last game, just a tough game for the Raiders. But this game, not as tough, I must say. The return goes out past the 30 there. It'll be a first down for the Raiders. Clock continues to run here. They're up 35 right now, but at a point they were up 40, which constitutes the mercy rule running of the clock. So the clock will continue to run the entire game here as 11 minutes and 28 seconds from now, barring timeouts. We should be done with this and out of here. It's a really hot day, by the way. I think I mentioned that earlier. Very, very hot day. Severance in at quarterback. Man in motion. Handoff. Up the middle. That looks like Harris. Spin move. Stays on his feet. Breaks another tackle. Trying to shake a man off. Gang tackled after about a gain of 8 or 7. Good pickup there from Harris. Way to keep his legs moving.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, just keeping your legs moving. I mean, he made a couple spin moves, he's a little shifty in there. That's what you like to see. And then just, keeping himself up and moving is the biggest part of it all.
Yeah, like you said. Being up and moving, very, very important. Raiders looking to take advantage of a good start here and putting some points on the board. We've seen 50. With the clock running, it might be tough, but we could see 60. Handoff, Harris outside, makes a nice cut back to the middle. Picks up the first down after running through a couple of tacklers. Continuing to demonstrate their physical advantage there. That was Josiah Harris, first down.
And I mean, there, I think you could see the D end kind of hesitate there. He was thinking about either the QB or the running back. And when it comes down to it, with Xander gone, worrying about the QB isn't as bad. You know, you don't have to focus on the QB too much, and that's exactly what he did, which caused Josiah to get that extra, 4 yards after that first down.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, like we said, on those option plays, excuse me, Severance isn't going to be the one that'll keep that most of the time. As we see a little bit of a high snap kept. He's going to keep this one. Good move, Severance. Gets caught by his foot, and there we go. Gain of about 4. My good friend Brandon Severance. We've been competing in everything since chemistry of sophomore year. We used to compete on who would get higher scores on tests, and we still compete to this day on a bunch of different things. In a math class with him, one of my great friends. You know, it's really good to see him out here, and he hasn't really got the chance that, you know, a lot of quarterbacks would, just dealing with a couple of knee injuries and a couple starters over him, but he's really good. Pass out to the left side. He put it right on the money, and they're going to call it a catch. Great throw, great catch there. Combination of Severance and Wyrock, and that'll get him close to the first down. It'll bring up a third and very short.
I mean, that was great. The snap wasn't as good, and you could see him kind of fumble with the ball for a second there, but he was able to kind of get his hand on it and just zip it across right into his hands, which just takes a lot of skill.
Yeah. I talked to Severance a little bit ago, and he said, hey, maybe this year he goes out for the baseball team, tries to become a pitcher. Apparently he's going to be taught by one of our very own football players here on this team. Oh, stiff arm in the backfield. Woo! Put him in the dirt. Josiah Harris picking up the first down. Nearly tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Said, buddy, nope. Threw him to the ground. Straight arm to the face, and that was a really good play there by Harris.
And Josiah, isn't even the biggest guy out there, but he can just keep going. He has that ability just to stay up and keep moving. Even when he gets hit 2 or 3 times, it takes 4 hits total just to get him on the ground.
Yeah, like you mentioned, not the most physically imposing guy, but he's kind of your all-around back that you want. We see Xavier Carroll, who's more of a power back. We see Medina, who's another kind of combo guy. He's a really good receiver out of the backfield. Josiah Harris can really do it all. Nice catch there. Nice throw to the outside. Good connection there from the Raiders and pickup of a couple there. Severance throws have really been on the money today.
Yeah, they have. They've been right into the hands of the wide receiver, making their job just 10 times easier.
Second down and 4 for the Raiders here. Severance working out of the shotgun. To his left, number 37. Not on the roster. Thrown outside there. Nearly broken up, but it won't be. As a first down there for the Raiders. Severance pass outside. Couldn't tell who caught that. A little far away. Got to squint a little bit.
Cole Brandsman.
Cole Brandsman. There we go. There we go. Brandsman's first catch of the day, I believe.
Yeah.
First down for the Raiders. Ball on the 26 here. Looking to extend their lead, and I would say put the nail in the coffin, but the nail's in the coffin. Just drive more nails in the coffin. Severance keeps it, makes a nice move. Picks up about 1, just trying to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Helped up by his teammates. It'll be a second down and 10 there after no gain. Clock continuing to run here. Like we said, mercy ruling in effect. Raiders went up 40 before the end of the third quarter. So clock continued to run after that. I think the clock has kind of been running all of the second half because they went up 40 right after the break.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive it has.
Yeah.
And the Raiders can use that to their advantage a lot. They can do whatever. It doesn't matter if they miss a pass or things like that. Mm-hmm. The clock just keeps going.
Yeah, they can execute their offense without having to worry about time. Severance on the speed option. Pitch outside. Complete. And after picking up a couple, it'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 now.
Hand off to Bransman. Gain of 3 for 3rd and 7.
So they'll call it a gain of 3. That was Bransman again. A catch and a run now for him on this drive. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7. We saw Severance on the last drive find Murphy for a pickup on 3rd and 29 for a touchdown. This one won't do the same, as it'll be brought down at around the 25. They could go for it here now. Up 35. This would be a good spot, you think, to execute your 4th down offense, you think?
Yeah, just kind of testing things out, honestly, is what you can do here. You don't have to kind of stick to the same routine that you've been doing, because, the same routine has just been destroying this team.
Mm-hmm.
Mixing it up, going for a 4th down, it has very little risk to the team. They could score off of it, but, the way things look, the offense isn't looking great.
Yeah, and, if you kick a field goal here, you're obviously running up the score, just trying to get points every place you can, especially when your kicker's been accurate. As Severance takes the snap, looks left, pass a little low, and off the foot of his receiver there.
Raiders pass incomplete on 4th down.
Passing complete. It'll be a 4th down. Excuse me, not a 4th down. A turnover on downs there for the Falcons. But, yeah, going back to, the idea behind going for it there. If you kick it there, you're, obviously running up the score a little bit there. Your kicker's already proven himself today. Why use more of his leg? At the same time, though, can't punt in that position. So most respectful, best thing to do, and best thing to do for your team is go for it there on 4th and 5. Try to get your 4th down offense moving. Unable to convert there, but the defense, who's been stellar all game, coming back out onto the field, trying to force another stop as the clock continues to run here. We're about at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Raiders lead 52-17. Backup quarterback Max Ludwig in now for the Falcons. He'll take the snap out of the shotgun. Designed rollout to the left. He's being chased by Hilliard. Finds a guy underneath, makes a cut, but brought down inbounds after a gain of a couple there. Would be a 2nd down and medium here. 2nd, maybe 5.
Yeah, and here you can see on the D line, especially, there's, Nooney is out of there. They have their seconds coming in and just trying to, show themselves, really. That's what the second group of Raider offense, defense is trying to do here, show that they're worth that first spot.
Yep, and we still have one starter out there, Garrett Padgett, the linebacker. Very talented guy. Definitely quarterbacking this defense here. Showing some of the underclassmen, sophomores, maybe even freshmen who don't get a whole lot of playing time, showing them where to go. Handoff up the middle. He's got a hole. Brought down after a good gain as we approach 2 minutes. Falcons still staying on their half of the field, but about to break through.
And just
So
good.
that was Larimer there.
Yeah, good blocking there by the O-line there. And also you could see a couple of receivers having some good blocks, just getting those fast corners halted for a couple seconds so that running back can just get up and get a couple more yards.
Mm-hmm. Pass outside now, just low. Tuatelli was in there. Nearly got a hand to the ball. Forced an incomplete pass. Well, we tick down on this game. We'll show you our schedule. Down the field for an incompletion.
Coming here in the last minute, Highlands Ranch is just kind of doing what they can at this point. Not much. I mean, the game's basically sealed off. Well, it is sealed off at this point. And you're just kind of playing now, not really going for anything.
Yeah, you're right. You know, you're just kind of going out there. You're playing your best. You know, You're trying your hardest. Only about 36, 35 seconds left on the clock, and backup quarterback in there. They're just trying to go for broke here, so we'll see what they can do. Ludwig out of the shotgun, pass left, and just kind of down immediately. Not a play that's going to get you a ton of yardage there. And as the clock winds down, it doesn't look like they're going to try to score at all anymore.
It's 4th and 5.
Clock ticks down. Looks like there could be a penalty on the field, but it's not going to matter. 2 seconds remaining, and the Raiders have their first win of the year. They are 1-1 officially now after a huge 35-point win, 52-17, your final score here from Shea Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley. I've been joined today by Cam Buehler. We've had Audrey Harmon producing. We've had Sarah Faistel producing. And now we've had Nico Wood for this second half. Thank you so much for joining us. For all of us here on Raider Sports Network and Owen up top on camera, we will see you for the next game against Mullen next Friday. Thank you so much.